Hello, beautiful Aquarius. Welcome to your reading. Let's dive into right away. This is going to be your reading for money, career, and success. I have actually 2 tears of joy fallen here. This is going to be for the next 4 weeks. We're going to divide the cup into 4, and this is actually aligning with the ending of the first week and the beginning of the second week. So you might get some good news. Another thing here is for some of you, this can be a green light to do something or to receive something, go somewhere. It can be like a visa to maybe work in a different country. It can be something like that as well, I'm feeling for some of you. And yes, there's some things are forming here that are going to take you outside your comfort zone. There's a conversation, communication lines are opening, and I see wind outside of my window when I'm looking at it right now. So this can be the winds of change coming your way. Another thing here in your heart space, we see a crowd right there. 1, 2, 3 people standing. And one of them is a goat. The other one is a person who has a little hatchet in their hand. And there's another one here who's holding like a number 7 right here. Kind of looks like a letter A as well. A can be like a beginning of something. If we say this is a number 7, this can actually represent knowledge, information, and wisdom that this person is bringing to the table. This is in your heart space. So I feel like this can be people that you're going to come together with and start something new. And from my understanding, if this is a goat is a Capricorn, and Capricorn tend to have a very goal-oriented attitude. And your timeline-wise, you're aligning with a Capricorn. Aquarius energy starts after Capricorn ends. So I feel here this can be someone really compatible with you, that you're going to do some business together, or you're going to maybe have a negotiation. And because it's in your heart space, I feel like this has been something you wanted to happen. Okay, maybe you are visualizing it, you're dreaming about it, and it seems like here this month is going to be about either setting up the ground to sit across the table or come together and start to work together. Okay, by the way, if you're new here, this is Divine Light, and if you haven't already, give this one a thumbs up. Go ahead, hit subscribe. It's a free way to be here and see more of these videos. I see number 7 here again within the first week. And I see the goat here again as well. So, yeah, this is goat also symbolizes resilience, okay? You see the goat horn right here. Something is wrong with my camera, so it's not focusing well. You can see the horn of the goat right there. I see kind of like a number 7 has a little sail above it. So, the information, knowledge that you're going to acquire is going to be your sail for a new journey. That's why I said maybe if some of you are planning to move away or travel or maybe go somewhere different than where you are, or change the energy. Okay, maybe you're already working somewhere, or you're already on the path to success, but the sail is either because they move with the wind. Wind is your energy. You might acquire a tool, create a system. The system can be your operational system, like you're actually like writing things down and following it, or organizational system. Seems like it's going to actually get you to where you need to go a little faster with your own energy, with your own power. Okay, because the sails are going to be filled with your air, which is Aquarius, you're an air sign. So this is basically, I feel a little bit 6 of Swords energy as well, because we see a boat on that one. We see multiple boats so far in tarot. However, here, this means that if you're in a dramatic environment and you're dealing with dramatic energy, you're going to detach from that, okay? Either they're going to let you go, or like if this is the same place, it seems like when you change, they're going to change as well. When you intend to maybe, okay, I'm going to leave this place. I'm not going to be here, or I'm not going to deal with this drama anymore. It's not my fight. the thing is going to detach from you, okay? The thing is, another thing here, because I told you it's on top of the number 7. So a knowledge that you acquire might actually accelerate this process, okay? And this is first week's energy. Second week, I see here 2 sides trying to come together. Usually, I would interpret this as like a triangle or a volcano. Kind of looks like a volcano as well. But I see kind of like stage. Curtains are opening. There's someone here with a big head and a nose coming behind the curtain. I see letter B, number 5. Number 5 is exciting, travel, change coming into your life. And B can be, I said you start with the A and then the B follows, can be the second step of the things, okay, that you're going to do. And I told you this, we have a person with a massive brain here. And I would like to interpret this in a way that this can be your energy, Aquarius, because like I said, you're an air sign and you might have a lot of opinions, ideas, knowledge. Like a massive brain can symbolize that you have, even if you don't recognize it, you have a lot to do with what's going on. Okay, your thoughts, your expressions, your dreams, your visualizations, whatever it is that you keep speaking about also is actually the curtain is going to open up and it's going to reveal to you maybe how you affected certain things. The second thing here is, like I said, some of you might have to go on a stage because you have a massive brain, meaning you have a massive knowledge. Yeah, you need to share it on the stage. I said the number 7 is knowledge. Maybe there's a time coming that there's going to be a demand, maybe especially in the second week, there's going to be a demand on what you are actually carrying as a knowledge. You might be thinking, how is it going to connect to money issues? Well, if this is something, I said this on demand, this is something on demand, it's basically going to require, like, you might charge people for it. Okay, so the expertise that you have, the knowledge that you have, it can turn into something that, you can request things. The thing is, like I see online, there's something called cake pop, which I don't know if it's my culture or generational, but it's just, it's a smashed cake basically, which sound of it doesn't really it doesn't sound good to me, basically. It doesn't really correlate as a tasty thing in my head. So, but there are many people making huge business out of it. Like I look at the TikTok, there was a drama about it recently, but it's a massive business. Okay. So I feel like here, this is not about, it's your massive brain. That's what I meant. Like whatever it is in your mind, it's not small. Don't consider this a small thing, or like, look at me. Don't think of like me. What's that cake pop? I never heard of it. Don't do that. Okay. Because it seems like whatever it is that you have ability to make or do or say or teach, that carries a lot of value. And this month is about recognizing that. Okay. That realizing, okay, I am carrying a lot of value in my head. Maybe you have the best jerk chicken recipe. I know I talk about food all the time, even though I don't have Taurus on my chart. I love food, so that's why. But that's a recipe for everything. Recipe for success, a recipe for resilience. Like you have some sort of a recipe in your mind, and there are people throwing themselves at you here to learn that. But the thing is, intention is the key word here. If you have the intention to share it with, then you attract the right people. I see here there's a rain happening here because there is a queen and a king. You can see the queen is a little sad. King is a little wondering. The queen is giving actually a bag of money, maybe bringing to the king, and the king is bringing back something like a paper or like a paper boat in his hand. There's an exchange happening. When I see the king, I interpret this as the government because we have patriarchy currently. So you might be the one who's actually the producing part and you might have to give. We passed the taxing season. It's not maybe taxing, but it can be something that like you maybe made some amount or you're going to make some amount and you need to share it with a portion of it with the king basically. But the thing is, king is bringing you a paper boat. I don't know how the paper boat is going to be useful for you in this manner, but it seems like it has some significance. That's why, like, you're willing to exchange it for that, okay? What you're giving to them, you're willing to exchange it. So it's going to have a value, even though it's not going to be making you too happy. And I try to focus on the positive things on my readings, but if I see something like grumpy faces here, why not I share it with you? Because I see it right here. You can see the queen's face right there. Okay, and I see like the queen face actually looks like kind of like a mouse here. Maybe mouse tend to hide things away. Maybe this is something that you wanted to hide away that is going to come to light. Okay, maybe that's why you're upset. Either way, though, it doesn't matter because I see another warrior coming here. Kind of looks like a samurai with a fire torch in their hand. So right after that exchange, you might meet someone who is a fire, like a fire sign with a lot of excitement. They have maybe very like expanding ideas. And behind them, we have here a snowman actually covered with all kinds of shields and armor. I see there's going to be like maybe a fight or defense. And I see kind of like a Caesar here with like a long sword. This is actually preparing for something. I feel like this can be something that you weren't prepared. Now you're going to give it away. And then you're going to maybe surround yourself with the right information, right people. And I see there's a chunk of money right here. Maybe there's more of the source coming forward that you're going to find a way to protect it. I'm going to say it this way. This can be about like you actually finding a new job or protecting your territory in a new job, but it might cost you some things. You might have to give up on a bonus or something like that. Maybe this is something that you haven't reached to your pocket yet. However, the second part, the fourth week, maybe you're going to wake up to something. You're going to be like, okay, this is how I can defend this time. That's why I feel like if you're getting worried, when the first you see the bill or see the thing, it can be really depressing and stressful. But this is also going to give you an insight about what you should research, what you should look into, and how to clear that. Okay, how to avoid more of this thing, or maybe give less next time. Okay, let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, I see a baby right there sitting in your heart space. Hold it in your mind. Some of you might have a baby project that you want to do. It's just in a baby size. Your desire has some time, guys. That's why I felt like there's certain things that you need to take care of first. And then you're going to be able to feed the baby, go after the baby, or take the baby for a trip. The baby's on top of the baby's head. We have a massive fish. So even though your idea is a baby, maybe your this can be, look, I want to give an example because I keep watching this guy called Dr. DeMartini. Amazing creature and human being, and he was in the movie Secret, by the way, and he says that setting up a goal for a life, okay, and he said he set up a certain goal for a life. For example, his goal is traveling the world, teaching people, connecting with people, and just that was his main subjective, and he actually did accomplish those goals, and he talks about how he accomplished them. But it is his goal was traveling the world and meeting a lot of people. What happened is he graduated from a certain branch. I think he's a doctor, but I don't know if he's a medical doctor or a PhD. I'm not sure about that. And he actually helped a lot of people during his travels, and that actually brought him this massive fish money, basically. So he did what he wanted to do, loved to do, which actually brought a lot of energy, which in return a lot of money to him. So I see this kind of a thing in your future, and I see tears of joy right there within the third week. You might be uncovering this, whatever that passion for you, or maybe that something you have might have a lot of value that you're going to also explore. You're going to find out. It can be something like that. So that's, for some of you, whatever that you're setting as an intention this month can continue to bring blessings on the following days, okay? If you know tarot, 6 of Wands is an amazing finish to end the last sentence that I actually said. Six of Wands, if you don't know, let me explain. Six of Wands is victory. This warrior here, she comes back from the war. She has all these spears on background, means that she has soldiers got her back. Whatever endeavor, whatever you touch, it's going to turn to gold. Okay, so it's very important to also feed your goals in a positive energy. Okay, and Nine of Wands is actually one. I told you I kept saying goats in your cup, and this is like maybe the ride that is going to take you there. It can be a person, like I mentioned. It can be someone disciplined, resilient, strong, determined, and goal-oriented. Capricorns. The goats tend to be that way. Like they're very stubborn, and in some cases, a good way. And Six of Wands is like one victory or one feeling of victory is actually going to inspire you to take action towards more of the desires you have, financial desires, material desires. So the goat that you're on top of can represent maybe a Capricorn that will accompany you during this journey. So if you don't have one, maybe you should just start looking for a companion that will be supportive of you, because she showed up as Queen of Pentacles here too. And this can also be your embodiment of that energy. Queen of Pentacles is someone resourceful. Okay, so you're actually achieving one victory. That's going to give you a good thumbs up, go forward. And it seems like you're going to start galloping towards this new entity, new desire. When you do embody the energy of the goat, the Capricorn, Queen of Pentacles, you're going to be able to come up with better options, resources, connections, and utilize them very well. And like I said, if you need to save anything, you'll save it. Or if you need to just pay something and get it over and done with it, you're going to complete that. You're not going to drag anything from the past, and you're going to actually start establishing a good future. This is coming full force, guys. But the thing is, it's coming full force. You're coming starting the month and then slowing down by researching the resources and cultivating it, or connecting with those ones who have more of it. And then Four of Swords comes in. This is like slowing down, but this is a sharp break. Some of you, or maybe all of you, just might actually have a burnout, because if you're starting it so fast, you might have a burnout moment. And the Four Swords here we see with this wolf are one of them, like three of them maybe he has taken care of, but one of them is locking him down. And the only way to get rid of that sword holding down is actually be calm, cool, collected, take a break. Okay. And so Four of Swords is actually about resting your mind, meditation, getting ready, because Five of Swords can be a battle that you're going to step into next. So getting ready for the battle, or even just overall having an assessment, like slowing down is the key word here. Meditation, prayer, maybe connecting with the divine, asking for divine guidance. That can be also helpful. Okay. Let's see one more here. What else do we have? Ten of Pentacles is an amazing card because it means long-term financial security, stability. I was feeling the Five of Coins energy. And okay, why do we have that? We're going to look into that as well. Emperor and Ace of Wands. So it seems like some of you might actually have the feeling when you get everything you want, maybe you're not going to want anything. You're going to feel like, oh, I don't have any purpose anymore. I'm all by myself. I don't know what to do next. That can be a fear. And that's why maybe you don't want to climb to the peak of the mountain, because after you see the whole world under your feet, what else you're gonna, what is gonna be the next goal? That's the peak. Maybe that's what you're feeling. That's why there's like a stability appears, then you feel like you're left out in the cold. Okay, even though you're not alone. Okay, I want to see, because this is going to require a decision. Are you going to choose the progress, or are you just going to walk away from the success? Okay, I feel like Emperor is a good sign. It's telling us that you're going to choose a success because success is very sweet. Progress is sweet. Even if you have like one failure along the way, it's not going to really stop you. But like I said, this is a decision moment. You might even emotionally detach from everything completely. But the thing is, I don't think that's what you're going to do. What you're going to do is you're going to actually take charge and maybe rewrite a new plan as the Emperor does, rules his loyal subjects, and that will reignite your passion. With the Ace of Wands, this can be like a new thing that you're going to step into, a new endeavor maybe, or doing things in a different way. What you do right now, maybe you're going to find a different way to do those things, okay? Let's see your archetype. I love these cards, but they're very detailed. So we're going to take a while to interpret what comes to you. The shapeshifter. Exactly what I felt here. Like you're coming strong with a Knight of Wands, young energy. Maybe you're coming with creative ideas and a little bit like the Fool, and also a little immature, maybe impulsive attitude. You're starting with that because your victory is going to lead you towards that. But then the establishment can maybe that's why require you to be maturing, and you might not want to think the long term, but it's going to push you, maybe even cause you to shapeshift into the Emperor, the leader, but it's still going to bring something good. Okay, shapeshifter here is it says elusive, formless. This one has a love of theater, games, and trick. This is the archetype that maybe you need to embody in order to maybe just pick up where you left off. Its and trickery. Its energy appears as one thing, only to reveal more complex story below the surface. The shapeshifter is within all of us to some degree. It is the side of ourselves that is slippery, non-committal, and experimental. It's fitting perfectly, guys. And longs to dismiss the rules. We need its energy to adapt to the ever-changing landscape of our existence. When the shapeshifter card appears, it's important to imagine that you're looking at life through kaleidoscope rather than a single focus lens. At any moment, the scene may shift, revealing a more enchanting vision than you imagined. Be wary though, as the allure of the kaleidoscope can leave you exhausted and yearning for solid ground. Dancing long term with shapeshifter requires a central pillar of integrity that links us back to our center. So it's about adaptation, guys. Okay. So you're going to start in one shape and you need to change into another, because if you don't, like I said, the Five of Pentacles makes sense here. You might feel disoriented. Okay. So it's okay. The progress is okay. What is coming is okay. Like I said, maybe the payment that you're going to make is actually a reminder. Now you need to mature about financial things. You need to think about the future. You need to calculate maybe a little further down the line. So that's why I feel like this is a good one for you. Let's see what else we have here. Commitment. Commitment to Star. Star is your card, Aquarius. Star is wish fulfillment. Star is your true north, your authentic self-expression. But you need to commit yourself to it, okay? Whenever you feel satisfied, if you leave it, you need to start over again. This can be a new job. It can be a career. Maybe it just turns into a gum you chew the taste out of every time. So you need to commit to find another exciting point, okay? We have magic stream. I love that. This is like the flow of life and stream of water. Magic stream is what you actually throw in it. It multiplies it. It just accelerates it. So I feel like this can be emotional, where you are emotionally, where you're thought-wise, whatever you're throwing in the stream of this magic stream of life in front of you, it is going to multiply it. So make sure you're throwing good thoughts and positive things. And if there's any people trying to just pull you out of that mood, you need to focus on where you're heading, not to where they're directing. Do we have here number 9, 36? And 18 makes the number 9 as well. Number 9 is enlightenment. And maybe this is the time that you're going to have an enlightenment about material satisfaction. Okay. All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add more videos on the screen. Go ahead and click them. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Give this one a thumbs up. And I wish you all a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.